Welcome to Dance to Heal. I'm your host, Jenny C. Cohen. Join me as I share stories of how dance and movement can bring healing in a way that is safe and tailored to your life. I'm a cancer survivor, mother of two, and an award-winning performer who found that movement was vital to my recovery. I created Dance to Heal Wellness and also authored the best-selling book, Outside of Recovery, Dancing My Way Back to Myself After Breast Cancer. I will bring new techniques to help you on your dance journey and healing path. Are you ready to move? Dance to Heal starts now. So this little graphic here that I love is talking about how the brain is usually compartmentalized. And when we're dancing, you will light up every part. If you think about when we tune into your five senses, every sense is correlated to a part of your brain. Yeah. So your visual field is correlated with parts of your brain that are along the side, right? Your thinking brain, which is the frontal part of your brain, your cortex, right? It will start to calm down in terms of overthinking the situation. And when you're more in your body, you're much, much better to understand what's really happening. So welcome. I am Jenny C. Cohen, and I help women reclaim their confidence, their vitality, and their joy. And may I share a little something about myself? Okay. So I'm a mom of not just two amazing fraternal twins through in vitro. I have currently 10.5 cats. Yes. And 2 dogs. So we used to foster kittens a lot. And this is little Precious. She's my precious emotional support cat. I speak. I'm an author. And I've been happily married for about 33 years. But once upon a time, I was this little precious baby girl born at a time where women were not valued. So my birth wasn't recognized the first month that I was born. And I had the audacity to be a girl. And I didn't really realize until my brother was born that my sole purpose was to be a big sister / second mom to my brother. Now we fast forward to a moment. This was the year before I got breast cancer. And I was about to break out into being an international belly dance fusion artist. And I performed. This is the theater where Men in Black was filmed in New York. And I went and traveled and won contests everywhere. And even in Europe, I competed. But then in January 2015, I had to go through breast cancer. And I still danced through it, but it was a long, hard road back. So how many of you don't necessarily share with people the things that go on behind the scenes, right? Because it's hard. It's hard to share that you're suffering. And sometimes, who here, type in a 3. Oh, you can't see the newer size, Jenny? Okay, thank you, Dr. Genevieve. I'll go back and show you quick if that's relevant when I get there. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Who here, type 3 in the chat if you don't even feel like, oh, I'm bothering people if I tell them about what's really happening. I don't want to be a bother, right? A lot of us do that. We don't want to be a bother. Oh, what do you mean? I'll hold space for you. We'll hold space for them, but we won't tell anybody else about what we're suffering through, right? Or we're afraid to ask for help because that's just what we've been conditioned to do, correct? Your needs shift, right? Because life gets lifey, okay? And you might have conquered one thing and then life shifts and then needs change. When you are tuned into your life and your body, especially when you're present with your body, you will understand and learn that self-care is non-negotiable. Dance and movement is a must. And then being present is actually a lifelong study. And the joy is found in the play. And we repeat that. You may want to write these down for yourself because these 4 things overlap with what we talked about in our chat earlier, and they overlap with what a lot of our speakers are going to be discussing, right? Ways to help you do those 4 things. Self-care is non-negotiable. Dance and movement is a must. Being present is a lifelong study, and joy is found in play. All right, listen. You would think, right? Jenny, you're the queen of dance and confidence, so that means you're present all the time. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not. I hate to tell you this. I'm not. All right? I am being very completely vulnerable with you and honest with you because part of that is to understand. I was 53 before I started this really honest, non-negotiable things I listed in that slide that I showed you. I've been only actively doing it for 3 years, right? What does that mean? That means the pathways laid down in my brain from prior. Oops, are you still there? Okay, thank you. Oops, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Okay. My computer was like, you're talking about something really important, so I'm going to disrupt you and distract you from the thought. The layers of my security that did not work for me, right, are always coming back to reestablish what I used to know, which was surfer safety. I cannot play. My self-care is last. And the pain of being in my body is unendurable. I want to say something to you, and you may find this very, very interesting, or you may think I'm full of poo-poo, but I'm going to tell you something. I've been doing dance therapy classes with a very trusted dance therapist because I need to feel my well and fortify my walls, right? And I only just submitted a few months ago. I am always in pain. I am really tired. How often do you hold that space for yourself and admit how you're really feeling? Because in order to do that, you want to be very fully present. This admitting to you and saying this to you, I've never said it to anyone in a public forum. And because it's so important to tell you and let you know that you have permission is why I'm doing it. Okay? The chemotherapy destroyed the nerves in my hands and my feet. So dancing is actually quite painful. Right? I've served for safety for 50-something years. I'm exhausted. Even when I go on vacations, I'm not vacationing. You all know that, right? Right? So when we are talking about these life skills that we want you to explore, especially for using dance, it is a way to connect. And believe it or not, when I'm fully present, I'm not talking when I'm doing workshops and intensives, okay? Next week, I go to a really amazing experience where I'm dancing a belly dance thing, and this very, very famous YouTubers, she does her own music, and we're gonna do photo shoots and stuff, right? And when I'm dancing in that choreography, I will feel no pain. But then after and before, I have to be really careful with my self-care so that I don't burn my body out, right? In the last few years, I have noticed for me, and I want you to think about what ways you can so sorry, I don't know who Crystal B is. I apologize for that. Okay, anyways, I want you. Hi, Crystal. And now my cats are having a cat fight. Anyways, so what ways is your body asking for you to listen to it? Okay? For me, I used to hate the scale. All right? I hated the scale. I would get on that scale and all it would do is showing me that I was gaining weight. And it was not the weight of muscle. And I did not like the way that was making me feel. But I was to torture myself by being on that scale every morning. And then something shifted where when I was being present and dancing, I got a download that my body was trying to explain to me that if I got on the scale and my weight was going up, it meant I wasn't taking care of myself. What? Did you hear that? I went, what? And then I started to hydrate more. So that self-care became non-negotiable. And then when I would do self-care days, really fully self-care days, okay? Like I was good, like what Nikki was saying before, good with the boundaries, hydrating, eating my meals, sleeping good. I would wake up and my weight would either be level or it would drop a pound. What in the world? I didn't do anything different. I just hydrated more and I ate my meals when I was hungry or before I got starving. And then I said no to a lot of people. Nikki's like, good job, Jenny. I said no to a lot of people and I would say yes to things I only wanted to do. And over time, I would find that it was reflected in my scale. That was my body's way of explaining to me, Jenny, you're on the right track. Keep doing this. And how do I know? One time I went to an event where I did not feel safe. I came home. I didn't eat more than usual. I hydrated, but I was really stressed. I gained 10 pounds in 5 days. I came home, got on that scale, and I went, oh my gosh, that's not plain weight, folks, right? And once I came home and reset and felt safe again, within 3 days, I went back to my normal weight. So right now, think to yourself, how is your body trying to tell you you're on the right track versus when you're not? Some people, it is lack of sleep. They won't sleep well. Some people, it is that they don't feel right in their bodies. Does that make sense? Some of you, it will be the scale, like what I ended up having to do. Okay, I'm not always on the scale now because I know if I hydrate, my weight stays pretty steady. For about a month, I was weighing myself every day because I was like, what's going on? Like, I have no idea. Body, help me, right? And then for some people, it is very much, they don't even know. They don't even know. And it's okay, right? That's why you're here. You were called to come to this particular time because your body is really asking you to listen before it starts to scream at you. All right? If this is resonating with you, and I know it's resonating, so I expect a lot of 4s and 5s. 4 is, I know my body is giving me signs and I recognize. 5 is, I don't know what is telling me. I have no clue. Tell me what to do. Okay? And I notice it's 4. It's like, it's someone, someone did 4 for 4. Sarah, I love you. You're like 4 for 4. Yes. And my body is going, yay, Sarah's body. Sarah, listen. Because every time one of us comes down with an autoimmune disease, okay, some other bloody cancer, right? Exhaustion. Or you have to be put on medication for depression, right? And those are valid illnesses, folks. All right? My first thing is, oh my gosh, why were they not given resources? Why were they not allowed ways to rest? Does that make sense? The mortality rate of breast cancer these days now is going up, meaning there's more and more of us surviving it, right? However, the rate of cancers in young... Thanks for listening to Dance to Heal with Jenny C. Cohen. Come back next time to hear stories of recovery through movement and learn more ways that you can move your body. To work with me and continue your journey, visit OutsideInRecovery.com. Are you ready to move?